Hi, this is Mrs. Durand, and I would like to say good evening, room 4. All right, tonight your lesson is area of triangles. The lesson objective is to determine the area of a triangle using a formula. So we're going to get tricky on you. We're going to use a formula, but you should know this. This should be a review. How do you find the area of a rectangle or a square? Click to check. Find the area of these problems and touch the shape to check. So, to find the area, we usually do length times width, right? Okay. Now, if we go down to our square, we have 3 centimeters by 3 centimeters. So if we multiply 3 times 3, we get 9, and we have to end our area in centimeters squared. So we have 9 centimeters squared. Now if we go over to the rectangle, we're going to figure it out the same way, length times width, and we're going to multiply 12 times 5 inches, and we get 60 inches squared, making sure that we end our area in inches squared. Continuing on, now we're going to touch on triangles. What if you wanted to find the area of a triangle? A triangle is half of a rectangle or square. That's what you need to kind of think about. We're just going to do the one triangle, but you kind of look at it as what would it be if it was the whole square, okay? So if we look at our next screen here, to find the area of a triangle, pretend like you're finding the area of a rectangle. Length times height. Then divide by 2 to get it back to this. So we're only doing half of our rectangle or half of our square, and that's how we get our triangle. When measuring a rectangle and a triangle, the parts are sometimes called different names, but they mean the same thing. So on a rectangle, here we have the length and the width. On a triangle, you'll have the height and the base. And you can see how they kind of differ from one to the other shape. The formula for finding the area of a triangle is 1/2 times base times height. And it's showed right up here. 1/2 times base times height. Now if you're finding the area of a triangle and they have given you the height and the base, like 7 and 5 centimeters here on this triangle here, it's a very easy math problem for us. We take 5 times 7 times 1/2 to get our area. Now down here it says, how is dividing by 2 the same thing as multiplying by 1/2? Okay, we take our base times our height and we divide by 2. Remember, multiplying by a fraction is finding out how much of another number you have. So, what does that mean? Here are the steps that I want you to follow when finding the area of a triangle. Number 1, you're going to multiply the base times the height, just like a rectangle. Okay? Once you have that answer, you are then, step 2, going to divide the product by 2. Okay? Pretty simple steps for finding the area of a triangle. Now, we're going to look at finding the area of these triangles, using the magnifying glass to check our answer. Now I realize that you will not be able to move this magnifying glass around. Only I will be able to do so. So what we will do is I am going to show you the first problem. We're going to look at the purple triangle right over here, and we're going to do base times height, which is 4 times 7, and we get 28 centimeters but then we're doing a triangle, so we have to divide by 2. So 28 divided by 2 is 14. Our answer then would be 14 centimeters squared. We're going to take our magnifying glass over, and we are correct. Now, on your paper and in your notes, I want you to make sure that you show your work. You will hear me say this over and over and over this year. You need to show your work. You cannot just write an answer. I need to see what you're thinking on paper. So what I would like for you to do is on your paper, you're going to write out 4 times 7 equals 28. Then you're going to take 28 divided by 2, and that equals 14. Be sure also on your answer for each triangle to please put a label. On this problem, it's centimeters squared. And as I look on this entire screen, all of the measurements that are used are centimeters. So you should actually have centimeters squared for all of them. Okay? All right, please be sure to do the last 5 triangles, and you can just put the color instead of doing problem 1, 2, and 3. You can have color yellow, blue, black, and make sure the answer is by the color so I know which one goes through it. And then we will be doing some more practice of area of a triangle tomorrow in small groups, so I will see you then. Have a wonderful evening.